what we did is we tried to really think about, especially in Dragon Age and then later in Mass Effect 2, like what is it we do that's unique? And we've always known that we make these very engaging experiences. We try and create stories that connect with the gamer. We strive, what we call, to deliver the best story-driven games in the world. And we tried to, we sat back and looked at what that meant. And certainly, it's really making choices that matter to the player, making decisions that really change the game. I think players certainly saw that 2 years ago now with Mass Effect. Where the game itself it actually had a connection with the player. You actually connected with Commander Shepard. You cared about the characters when you lost some of them. I mean, there were some really emotional moments in that game, and we've actually taken that even further in Mass Effect 2. Like the actual cinematics and the actual presentation is so strong that you really do just engage with these characters. We've actually evolved the writing and the overall delivery of the game to the point where the choices you're making, you're agonizing over them. Interspersed, of course, with incredible action and all the rest. I mean, what you loved about Mass Effect 1 is magnified in Mass Effect 2. So all these things actually, culminate in the sort of concept of Choice 2.0, and that's really an evolution of the way we're delivering choices and story in our games. A lot of times we can never really predict which scenes are the most impactful. One thing we've always found is sometimes even the smaller peripheral scenes in the game, like in a strange way, maybe it's the way they're written, maybe it's the way the delivery is given. I mean, at a fundamental level, what you have to have is awesome visuals and great acting. I mean, this is something that actually people don't comprehend about how much the digital acting adds or takes away from the play. And actually, we almost call it's literally a digital performance. So if you have a good digital performance, the culmination of the animation, the facial expression, and the voice, that's the open door, and then you actually have to deliver some great story through that open door to actually make it meaningful. And it's a lot of work. I mean, we've been sort of honing this concept for, I think, probably way back since KOTOR, so we're getting, again, into the 7-8 years kind of time frame, and we keep, I think, getting a little bit better at it. And now we've got the point where we actually can create these really compelling digital actors with great digital performances, and then you put really interesting situations where you have to agonize over decisions into that. That's where the connection occurs. Dragon Age Origins will be playing PC and Xbox 360 November 3rd. Very shortly after, you'll have the PS3 version available. And then early next year, you're going to see Mass Effect 2. It'll be an exciting time for players. I mean, a lot of Bioware games in a very short time with huge emotional impact.